Hi everyone, it's Margaret here. Okay, I've got a conversation today that I think is really fascinating, and that is how to make money from the hobbies that you love to do. Now, as we get older, we've got maybe a bit of extra time. We're now taking up our passions and our hobbies again, but there's some ways if you want to make a little extra cash, you can do it, just simply by monetizing your hobbies. And I've got 8 different ideas for you. Now, the first one is one that I really am excited about because I think there's potential here, and that is stock photography. Now, as I've mentioned many times in conversations, there are so few nice pictures of older women that are available on some of the channels like Getty and iStock Photo and what are the other ones? Adobe Stock, Almay, lots of different companies that want pictures and they will pay you for them. And not just pictures of women. That's just for me kind of a passion that there's opportunity. But if you love to take pictures of any kind, you can sell them online. There's lots of ways you can go on and just submit your picture. If they use it, they pay you a commission. And I just think it's a really fun thing to do. I mean, I do have a hobby of door video pictures, and I probably should put those up on somewhere because I've just taken them, so many of them. But whatever you love to do with photography, you might be able to monetize it. It's really a great passive income stream if you can do it. And as I mentioned, there's iStock, Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, and Almay. I've not heard of Almay, but that's one that was recommended. So getting started, just use a good camera. It doesn't have to be a camera, it can be a phone. And then just start putting your photo editing skills together. Lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube if you have any questions, but it might be worth trying. The second one is one that some of you actually do, and I've certainly been seeing a lot of online videos about this, and that's reselling thrifted items. Going to a thrift store, garage sale, whatever, but jumble sale in the UK, and reselling them online at a markup. And it's great because, well, number one, I like shopping and I like going out and looking for like little treasures that people have donated or given up, and especially if they're a nice brand. And I talk about that sometimes when this top, for example, is a recycled top. These beads were a necklace that I had to rewind and redesign. I love doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, designer items are out there. People give away their Chanel bags and all that, and you have to start. If you want to start that business, you have to know what's going to sell. So just do some research, and it's not hard. Like you can say, what are the top 10 teddy bears that people buy on eBay, which is usually where people, eBay or there's a few other places I'll tell you in a second, where you would mark them up and sell them, but only if they've got value. So find out what are the top selling in different categories. Then when you go out into the thrift stores and consignment shops, value villages of the world, you can start looking for those brands and know that if you clean them up a bit, maybe wash them or just do some ironing, pressing, you can sell them at a profit. Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace is actually quite good. eBay is like this global marketplace, and I think a lot of people use global. You can actually go onto eBay. I mean, Gary Vee always talks about this as this upselling as a business, and he says, just make sure that you go to see what's sold on eBay. You can sort it by that. So if you look for the brand and did someone have this item for sale? Did it sell? Because you have to find the right price for these things. If they think it's worth 50 and in reality it's not, it's only worth 30. If you go in at 28, you're going to potentially make a bargain, and you bought it for 5. So anyway, getting started, just learn the ropes of that recycling business, and then just get a good camera and present your items with clear pictures. A lot of people forget that when you put it on eBay or other places, you really got to make it look good. So get some of those little tricks about putting things in a box so that you get the nice visual display. But there's lots of ways you can learn how to sell on eBay. Sell your stuff on eBay. Another one is soap or candle making. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds with candles, but if you can do something unique with scent, with design, with something, size, and you can go to a market where people can see them and you can pick them up. I think they're not the kind of thing, in my opinion, you can sell online. Just my opinion. Unless you're doing something super unique, that you've discovered some new technique or some new something related to candles or what is it? I don't know. I just think it's better to just do something really, truly unique. So focus on packaging and branding is the note that I made here, but you can do it. Candles or soap. Actually, soap would be fun. I've never made soap, but I've made candles. But anyway, another story. So another thing to do is pet sitting or dog walking. Now, lots of people have dogs and cats and they don't want them left alone when they're on holiday. They want people to come into their house and help just make sure that they're keeping company, or just check in and feed them if you live locally. Dog sitting and dog walking are big businesses, and there are some companies that can help you market yourself. There's trusted house sitters, which is where you can go and stay in someone's house, look after the house, and at the same time look after the pets. A lot of people make a lot of money doing this if they do it with private clients, someone you know that you go back to. But a lot of people do it for just the exchange of the property, like stay in a nice house for a week and look after the dog and cat, or a dog or a cat. Sometimes on trusted house sitters, they have like farms that want people to come and help with the animals, that they're going away somewhere and they need someone to feed the cows and sheep and whatever. It can be quite elaborate on trusted house sitters. But if you also go to rover.com or another one, there's another one, I think it's called Woof. Where am I getting that in my head? But those are ones where you can actually register as a pet sitter or pet walker in your area. Those are like proper dog and cat services that you charge money for. So that's another idea. Another idea, number 5 on my list here, is knitting, crochet, or sewing. Now, I'm a knitter. I've never sold any of my stuff because I don't think it's worthy. But you might be saying the same. But knitting is really popular right now, and so is crocheting and also sewing. And so you can do hats, blankets, scarves, and you can just do it sitting, relaxing, watching TV, or chatting with friends. You on the phone, you get your headphones on, and you can do knitting. Really, really cool. And I think there's some very good knitters out there that might really help. And also, you can do it volunteer too. A lot of people do wonderful work for kids in hospitals and other uses of their knitting. But you can make money from it, and you can go to local craft fairs or community centers, and it's really easy to just establish an identity. It's about the branding, something unique about your products. So unique designs or patterns, and maybe custom orders. People want something specific for an event or for some gift, and you just make it known you are a knitter, you are a sewer. I can make this for you. Another thing is freelance writing. Now, freelance writing, I did it for many years when I was building up my business, and I actually really found it to be, for me personally, fun. I got to know the people that I was working for, and it's really kind of those ones that just writing an article or creating the words to go with a marketing campaign. If you go on to what was the page I was on the other day? Well, there's Upwork. But even just LinkedIn, and there's other, places you can go and just put your Indeed. That was the one I was thinking about. Indeed. I think you have it in the States too. But you put in a profile of the kind of work you want to do: copywriting, freelance writing, editorial, ads. You can get then jobs come up that are relevant to those categories. It's really kind of cool. But I think that Fiverr is another place. Freelancer.com. But also, you can also pitch to magazines and pitch to different groups that are, writing in your area of interest. And pitch just means sending them a letter. And there's lots of guidance about writing pitch letters and how to present yourself as the person they want to hire. So that's another thing. Is that gardening is one. Gardening and selling produce. I know a lot of you are gardeners. Maybe you don't live in an area where you can sell. Maybe it's too urban. I'm a great believer on the table in the front of your house. Just make the cakes, put them on the table. People will buy them. Like the lemonade that the kids did. Why not? Just do it. I mean, as an older woman, you can take the giggles and the laughs and what are you doing out here? I'm making some money, honey. That's all you need to say, because everybody needs to do that, right? So it's great because with gardening, you can stay outdoors, you can grow your plants, you can do all kinds of cool things, and you can earn extra income. And I'm always reminded of when I talk about anything like this, of the lady in Seattle. And those of you who are in Seattle will know this. She was the wife of a person who had a farm, and he died. And she decided she had to live and she had to make money. So she started growing plants and various things and putting them on a little table and standing out there and selling her wares. And she eventually opened a place called the Herb Farm, which was this amazing place where you could go for dinner, and like six what do you call them? Steps, six. You know what I'm talking about, different meal categories. And then they would take you outside and walk you around the gardens during the different sessions, because it was way too much food. You'd end up with like 7-course meal, courses. That's the word I'm looking for. But she had this business. I think unfortunately it did burn down, and then they rebuilt it, but this is years ago. The Herb Farm, check it out. So that's getting started with gardening or fruits or herbs. Number 8 is teaching online classes. This is a whole other area that I'm kind of familiar with, but this whole area of writing for other platforms like Teachable, OutSchool, Skillshare, and then there's always the creative ones like what's it called, Craftsy, and there's a few others. But you can sell your information, your knowledge, your talent in these kinds of courses. I've never actually done any of that, and I think it'd be kind of fun. I think that having workshops where you're doing topical conversations is really nice, because you can drill down. You don't have to stay focused at the very superficial level. You can actually talk about specifically gardening and how you can make money from it, that kind of thing. Working on some ideas. But anyway, that's the plan for now. What do you think? What's something that you've done? Any way that you are making money now, doing the things that you love, hobbies that you can monetize for fun and profit? Let us know. Looking forward to reading your comments and all learning together how to make some more money this summer, doing the things that we enjoy, that we love, our hobbies. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Bye for now.